Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Deck it quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watch watching them gain their profits while I'm still in my same making profit. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profit. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profit. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profit.
That TTG money gang,
making profit.
We some snipers.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? Boys and girls, how are you all doing here on this fine Sunday evening? I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Hope you're well rested, but I hope you're ready to get down to business because we have a huge week coming up. It's Apple earnings and it's the Fed meeting. You just came off of an extremely volatile week last week. This week's going to be even crazier. 25 basis point hike. Are they going to pause? Is Apple going to beat, miss, raise guidance, lower guidance? All of these things this week. Also, what's going to happen with First Republic Bank as JP Morgan, PNC, they got their bids into the FDIC to try to take over the assets of the bank. All of these factors are going to create volatility in the market this week. Tremendous volatility. And volatility equals opportunity for traders like you and I. What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the co-founder and head trader of TTG. If you don't know by now, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online education platform available today. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, I go live right here where myself, other TTG pro trading moderators, as well as special guests, drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, and market analysis and commentary that can help you become better trader. So take a moment and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications, share this stream on your own social media. Let's reach out, empower, and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. We have an incredible live stream in store for you all here this evening. One of you is going to win $500 later on this live stream, but all of you are going to be armed with the education, game plan, and resources to have the absolute best chance of making money in the stock market this week. So pay very close attention. In a minute, I will give you the first of 2 code words, with the second one coming in the middle of the stream. At the end of the stream, we will put everyone's name into a random name picker that is called the Wheel of Names. We will spin the wheel live, and if you are the winner, we will call you using the phone number that you provided to get your ticket. You must answer and give both code words that were given on this live stream. If you don't answer, you can't give both the code words. We will skip you and spin the wheel again until we get a winner. Now, if you do win, how do you get the money? In order to claim the $500, you must have a PayPal or a Venmo account, and we will immediately send it to you. Simple as that. And as a special treat tonight, and none other than Mr. Matt Kohrs is going to be joining us live in a couple of minutes to help us get ahead of the markets this week and game plan for what is sure to be a wild week in the markets. Before we get started, I do want to, though, however, thank our partners at Benzinga. Now, for those of you that don't know, Benzinga offers their own educational products and tools, yet they still fully endorse the TTG platform for the massive added value that it provides for their members and community. We're grateful to Benzinga for the opportunity to further educate their community and to offer the Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk Box feature, which is worth well over $1,000 a year on its own. It's included for free with your membership to True Trading Group. So if you are from Benzinga, you are in the right place. Now, we got a lot of new people on the live stream here tonight. For those that are brand new and have no idea who the hell I am or what TTG is, allow me to briefly explain to you why you should care about anything it is that we have to say on these lives. It's a fantastic question. Like I said to you before, my name is Michael Edward, and I began my career working at a hedge fund in New York City, my very first job right out of college, where I had to first go through a 3-month educational training program that taught me the proper way how to trade. I could not touch $1 of their money until I went through this 3-month educational training program. Then 2008 happened. That was the Great Recession, the stock market crash, but also the same year that I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 9 professional trading moderators and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of traders from all over the world reach their goal of profitability. We actually have members in over 100 different countries. Truly a global community when you guys join True Trading Group. You see, we are the fastest growing and highest rated platform out there because we combine university level trading and investing courses, similar to the stuff that I learned that I worked at the fund in New York. We pair that with premium stock market tools. We do live workshops and individual mentorship for stocks, options, future, cryptos, you name it. We trade it. We also cover all styles of trading. So we teach day trading. We also do swing trading. And we also do cover long-term investing as well. See, at True Trading Group, we take that university level of curriculum and we pair it with today's top financial tools that are worth well over $5,000, $6,000 a year if you were to go to these companies directly and buy the tools yourself. Okay, these are tools that you need. They give you access to more information, allows you to make better decisions, increase your chances of success. But the problem is they're expensive, right? $5,000, $6,000. I get that. It's a lot of money. That's why we've spent years building relationships with these companies so we can put these products on the True Trading Group platform without you having to pay a single dollar extra for it. Saves you $5,000, $6,000 a year. You also get access to all of our members. Our members are hands down the most successful, educated, and supportive community of traders that you are ever going to find. And then you get all the real-time trade alerts from myself and the rest of the mods at True Trading Group that I've been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now going the last 3 years. So again, folks, if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, share this stream on your own social media. Let's reach out, educate, and empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. The very first code word of this evening, the first code word for the $500 giveaway is none other than charts. 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 That is the first code word of this evening for the $500 giveaway. Again, we're giving away $500 tonight to one lucky person. You've got to know 2 code words. That's the first, charts. The second code word is going to be coming at you in the middle of this live stream. So buckle up because we're in store for one hell of a stream this evening. It's a huge week coming up. Huge week. You have Apple's earnings and you also have the Fed meeting. Now, listen, I don't want you to get it confused. When I talk about a big week, I honestly do not care if the Fed raises 25 basis points or not. I honestly don't care if Apple misses or beats on earnings. None of that matters. Because either way, I play the action up or down. You know how to make money when the markets go up. You know how to make money when the markets go down. We've been doing it for the last couple of years here. I don't try to predict what the Fed's going to do or say. I don't try to predict what Apple's earnings are going to be. I don't predict, I react. Because being reactive is what allows me in this particular market. Now, listen, there's a time and a place to be predictive. This ain't it. Not right now. In my experience, this market is all about being reactive. And in order to be reactive, you have to understand what it is that you are looking at and understand how to pivot when something changes. You have to understand what it is that you're doing and trust the people that are around you that they understand it as well. In this market, it is more important than ever to not try to keep doing this alone. Okay, just doing this by yourself. Being part of a community that you can trust is worth its weight in gold in this exact environment. This is going to be a very important week. Like I said, you get the Fed meeting at Apple earnings. We had an insanely ridiculous week last week with 11 triple-digit gain trade opportunities that were executed by the True Trading Group moderators. 11. I have never seen anything like it. Yes, I'm dead serious. 11 triple-digit gain trade opportunities that were executed by the moderators in True Trading. Now, there's 9 of us. Like I said, it's not just myself. It's not just me leading you through the trading day. It's myself, but the other professional trading moderators there as well. We had triple-digit gains on day trading options, on swing trading options, on day trading stocks. TOP was the monster equity that went over 100% for us. We got like a 260+% gain on top just last week. These are the trading opportunities that a volatile market provides. And I told you last Sunday, if you called my live stream last Sunday, I told you that last week or the week coming up, which was last week, was going to be an insanely volatile week. The week prior to that was a little bit of a lull. Like volatility took a bit of a hiatus. But I told you, don't let that fool you because last week when you had all the mega cap earnings coming out, you were going to get a huge week of volatility. Well, here I am again Sunday night telling you again, if you didn't listen to me last week, you missed out on 11 triple-digit gain opportunities. 11. Okay? 11. I'm sitting here now on this Sunday evening telling you the exact same thing. You are going to have an extremely volatile market this week with the Fed meeting, with Apple's earnings, and we've got news breaking right now as I'm being told, no deal for First Republic. So as I'm hearing right now, as we're doing this live stream live, I'm being told right now that there is no deal for FRC, First Republic Bank, which is going to mean, does it mean no deal announced? You're still waiting, or does it mean there's no deal at all? Or is it not yet? Okay, waiting. All right, relax, bro. I'm reading what you guys are telling me, so be more clear in the stuff that you guys are typing. Okay, so we don't know yet if there's a deal or if there's not a deal. Okay, we're still waiting. Okay, we have some miscommunications here on the back end as I'm trying to talk to you guys, and I'm getting this news that's fed to me. So we don't know if there's a deal or not yet. JP Morgan put in a bid. PNC Bank put in a bid. The FDIC is still weighing those bids. There is still not a decision here yet on First Republic. We are waiting for this. All right, so this may happen live while we're doing this, and I got my, the rest of the team is behind the scenes right now with their ears to the ground to see what's going on with First Republic. And if we get any update regarding First Republic, we'll be sure to call it out and be sure to share it with you guys right here live on this stream. Okay. But this is going to be another huge week. If you missed out on last week, 11 triple-digit gain opportunities. The volatility is what provides us as traders with triple-digit gain opportunities. You want volatility. Volatility means you're going to get larger moves in individual stocks than you typically get. I expect to see a whole lot more of this week as you get First Republic news, you get the Fed meeting on Wednesday, and then you have Apple earnings on Thursday. Now, depending on what your game plan is or what resources and tools that you have, you will either have the best chance to make a lot of money this week like we did in True Trading Group last week, or this volatility can make you lose a lot of money this week if you're not prepared for it. It's not a coincidence that every single time that these situations come up, and there have been a lot of them in this market because this is an extremely volatile market. It's the most volatile market that I've seen in my 17-year career. It's not a surprise. It's not a coincidence that TTG members continue to step up to the plate and are ready, they're prepared, and they're making money because this is the most opportunistic environment that I've ever seen in my entire career. Don't take my word for it. You shouldn't just take my word for it. Who am I just sitting here talking to you? Listen to members themselves. Watch, I'll prove it to you. Members of True Trading Group. Type the $sign in chat right now if you're making money and you guys are becoming better traders because of True Trading Groups. Go ahead and type the $sign in chat right now. Go ahead and type the $sign in chat right now if you guys are making money and you're becoming better traders. Anyone that's on this live stream that's not a member, I suggest you just pay attention to how many people type the $sign, because these people that are typing, they're not bots. They're people just like you. They found True Trading Group on a live stream just like you. They learned more in an hour and a half on a live stream than they did in the past year trying to figure this stuff out on their own. And now here they are telling you they're making money and they're becoming better traders. How can that possibly be? Did I give them some type of secret equation or some special indicator that Wall Street knows and they don't want the little guy to know about? No, that's complete nonsense. It's BS. It doesn't exist. It's a fairy tale. The only thing these people have that you don't is a professional education, access to professional tools, and they're part of a community that generally gives a damn whether or not they succeed or fail. They're not luckier than you. They don't have more money than you. They're not more experienced than you. They don't have more time than you. They have the exact same hurdles and struggles that you face today. They have the exact same ones, yet here they are telling you they're actually making money. It's amazing what an actual professional education can do for you. It's amazing what being guided through a trading day by 9 professional traders can do for you. Now, I don't know what else needs to be done for you to get excited about the weeks to come, because you have the Fed meeting, which is the biggest market catalyst that we have seen for the last year. Every time you have a Fed meeting, it's the biggest moves that you get in the overall markets. I expect something similar here today, for here this week as well. And then you have Apple's earnings. Now, Apple's earnings are going to be very important because your mega cap tech earnings so far have actually been pretty good. You look at Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet. Amazon had great earnings, but they just gave you a bit of a warning about the cloud side of their business, and that took Amazon to the downside. It took all the rest of the cloud stocks to the downside on Friday as well. We were all on top of that trade. But Amazon's earnings themselves were actually very, very good. But it was what they were saying about going forward, that cloud business is what kind of shook things up there. So there's some pretty high expectations for Apple. Apple's the bellwether, and Apple just entered the India market. Now, India's market could be bigger for Apple than even China. And they're just cracking into that sector. So now, what does that do now for Apple's guidance going forward? That's what everybody wants to know. That's what we're going to have our ears open for. That's what we're going to be paying attention to. I'm going to get into my outlook here for the week. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask your questions. All right, I'm going to give time for people to log on. It's a very important stream coming into the Fed week. So I'm going to give time for people to log on. I'm going to open up the floor for a blanket Q&A session. I'll allow you guys to ask me whatever questions are on your mind. Okay, I'll bring on Mr. Matt Kors, our special guest, to help me with that Q&A session as well. And then I'll get into the game plan for this week. I've got a list of stocks, about 5 stocks that are at the top of my watch list coming into this week. I'll tell you where I'm looking to buy them, where I'm looking to short them. And of course, we'll go into how we're going to trade the Fed meeting, because I have very specific expectations for the Fed meeting. I want to go over them with you, a very specific game plan. We're going to talk about that later on in this live stream. So if you guys have not done so already, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you guys never miss out on any one of these live streams. Now, without any further ado, guys, go ahead, begin typing your questions in chat now. You can start typing your questions in chat. Okay, our production team will grab them, we'll throw them up on the screen, and then we will go ahead and answer your questions. It is our absolute pleasure to help me answer all of your questions. Everyone give a big TTG Ayo to Mr. Matt Kors.
I literally just spilled all this water on myself like seconds before you switched it over to me. So we're starting very low here, and it's just going to get better. This is what happens when you start at the bottom. But that's what I get for drinking water at night instead of wine.
Yeah, I got my water.
Hey, hydration is key. Hydration is key. How's everyone doing tonight? Looks like we're going to have a very exciting week. I was just checking in the futures market, slightly down right now. Crypto's holding. Bitcoin's actually holding above 29,000. I guess they just need a couple more banks to blow up. I was just checking in. I was listening to you. Was still waiting on FRC, which it seems late. Like it was tweeted 12 hours ago that they were putting in their final bids and everything. Very curious of why they are not.
It's very late.
Nothing. Yeah, if they push it to this morning, honestly, I know that's the hot news. I know we have FOMC on Wednesday. I know we have Apple Thursday this week. AMC's Friday morning. Yeah. But this FRC, am I biased? 100%. Because I bought it. Like the dipshit, I guess I am. But this was a good bank. This was a legitimately good bank, and I guess it just shows you the power of psychology. Almost, we saw the opposite with like whatever, AMC, GME, Doge, Shiba, where it could all rip to the upside. And in this one, FRC, it was so wildly different than Signature and SVB. Those were very poorly managed. They bought so many bonds in a raising interest rate environment. FRC didn't do that. This is just like as arbitrary as what's the other one? PacWest, PACW. PacWest. There's arbitrarily no difference, but yet that one will most likely survive at this point. I don't know. I'm saying that like very gingerly now, and I knew it was. I was talking about this on my stream. It was 50-50. It either goes back over 100 or goes to 0, and it looks like the degenerate bet is now going the way of 0. But it's just. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot more about people because like the big thing was the All In podcast with Chamath Palihapitiya and David Sachs and then Peter Thiel and everyone like kind of getting really scared, and they kind of like yeeted SVB over the like cliff, and apparently it was being attached to FRC. But I don't know. This shows you the downside. Like I love the connectedness of even this. Like we're streaming right now. Feasibly anyone in the world can listen to us. But there's definitely like the yin and the yang of the situation of it going the other way. And like this company is now ruined. And it's relative to other banks, FRC was not taking on a larger risk than other banks are right now in real time. It's just more people. It's in the news. So people are scared. And then because they're scared, it makes it worse. So it's in the news more. And it's just a very negative snowball effect. But I don't know. I guess I should have hedged by just buying. I don't know if you saw it, but Pepe, that green frog, like the meme thing that you see. Oh, yeah, someone made Pepe coin 15 days ago, a random crypto project. It's worth $300 million now in just over 2 weeks. And it's ripping. $300 million just because they're like, ha ha ha, it's a joke.
Unbelievable.
That's I guess the power of just, I don't know, social media.
I actually hate to see that right now in this environment, to see like crap coins like that start to go crazy again. While the markets have pushed themselves all the way back up to some very, very, very big resistance levels going into, the Fed meeting and getting into the summer months when people say like, oh, sell in May, go away. I don't like to see all of a sudden, some, silly altcoin just goes absolutely bonkers. It shows you a lot of the speculation that's in the market. I actually don't necessarily think that's a good thing. This whole thing with First Republic, you're right. It's not a bad bank at all. It's not a poorly managed bank. They weren't. It's not like SVB didn't even have like risk officers in place in certain positions, and First Republic was not like that. The reason why the only thing I can think of why it's 8:50 p.m. and we still don't have any type of resolution here is that the FDIC was maybe not happy with either of the individual bids and is trying to negotiate a joint bid between both banks.
Interesting.
That's the only thing that I can think of is what could be taking place. Now that's all. I'm just completely guessing. I have no information that would suggest that. It's just for this to have taken. It's now going on 12 hours, like you said. I can't. I thought by now we would have resolution. I still think we'll get resolution before the market opens tomorrow. I think the FDIC will make a decision and make an announcement, but we'll have to see. Well, and guys, if we get any update regarding the FRC situation, we'll call it out here live as we get that breaking news. But let's take some questions, guys. So Adam, Joe, and team, just if you guys see some questions, just throw them up on the screen. We'll be happy to answer them. We got a question here. I just completed the TT Triangle course. Does this work on any stock or only on stocks you watch? It absolutely works on any stock. It's not only on stocks that I watch. I don't create. That's like, if a tree falls in the woods, does it still make a noise? Type of thing. So for those that don't know what a TT Triangle is, okay, the TT Triangle is a pattern that everybody that joins True Trading Group, they all learn about. It's my favorite chart pattern. It's throughout the 17 years of my career. It's the pattern that I have found to have the highest consistency and the highest probability of success. And it is a pattern that allows traders to get phenomenal risk reward. So you hear a lot of people talk about, oh, well, you want at least 2-to-1 risk reward. A TTG Triangle gets you way more than 2-to-1. I mean, you're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6-to-1 type of risk reward when you get a TTG Triangle setup. So these are the reasons why I love this pattern more so than anything. And you guys will learn this pattern once you guys do join True Trading Group. But it works on any stock. It could be a small cap. It could be a large cap. It works on, I actually just did a workshop. We just completed Trader Palooza yesterday. Trader Palooza is a all-day, 12-hour-long virtual training workshop with myself and all the moderators. We do live 1-hour workshops covering different topics every hour on the hour for 12 hours. And that was Trader Palooza 10 was yesterday. Shout out all my teaching members. If you guys attended Trader Palooza, maybe sound off in chat. Tell me if you guys enjoyed Trader Palooza, if you think it was worth it, and you guys enjoyed yourselves. Go ahead. You guys can sound off. If you guys attended Trader Palooza 10, I'd love to see what you guys' thoughts were, if you guys thought it was beneficial. But yes, to answer your question, the TT Triangle works. Now, again, it's not like a fail-proof pattern. It's not like, 100% of the time nothing works 100% of the time. But it's very, very high probability, very high consistency, and it is something that you can look for in any stock that you're trading.
How was that Trader Palooza? It was dope.
Yeah,
hey, Matt, do you still think AMC to 1K? I've actually never given a price target for it because when you're talking about potential squeeze events, like there's no realistic model. Like it's just all guesswork. But if you were to ask me about the odds of it going to 1K, then, now, before, after, there's probably a better chance of Blake Lively walking into my apartment right now naked. And then afterwards, Ryan Reynolds being like, do you want to be the next Deadpool? Like that has a greater statistical likelihood than AMC going to 1K. Just to clarify, I can't say it's 0 because it's not 0, but that's the league of like odds we're at. I mean, we're talking about, it's delusion. Like all it is, like Adam Aaron's a crook. He diluted it. He lined his own pockets. Like it happens. That's business. It's not illegal. I guess it's up to you to decide if it's personally immoral. I'm like, that's up to you, but that's what delusion is, folks. You're talking about a movie theater chain in a heavy heavy dilution. It's getting caught up in court right now, blah, blah, blah. Could it go to 1K? Yeah, maybe. But if you have to look at it in terms of capital efficiency, there's better trades and investments in the market right now that like are more favorable to you, especially as a retail person.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love the way you kind of finish that off, because, that's kind of what I'm trying to, it's kind of like what I'm trying to get across to a lot of retail traders is that, like, I don't think people really take it seriously when I tell them this is the best trading environment that I've ever seen. And I've been through a lot of different market cycles. I've been through bear markets, bull markets, sideways markets. I've been through a lot in 17 going on 18 years of doing this. And the opportunity guys, we had 11 triple digit gain trades last week. 11.
That's crazy.
And that's option trading, and then also an equity trading as well. 11. That's not normal. I'm telling you straight. Listen, I'm not expecting 11 triple digit gains this week, but I'm still expecting a couple, because you still have the Fed meeting. You got Apple's earnings. Like, people go online and they waste their time with like Mullen. Why is everybody so obsessed with Mullen?
I get that too. What's going on with Mullen? Everyone's like, Mullen.
They waste their time with Mullen. They waste their time on Bed Bath & Beyond. Meanwhile, you've got a stock like Tesla that moves $10 in a single day. It's like you guys are missing out. You're missing out on such amazing money-making opportunities by just banging your head against the wall, trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And all of these money-making opportunities are just passing you by as you waste your time elsewhere. Focus on the rest of the market. The opportunities are endless. Next question.
I don't know why my neck is broken the other way, but
you got to give it to our team. Our team is quick.
We're quick. No, we had that skit plan. What? That's so messed up. You do bring up a very fair point of why are people so like, and we've seen this before with Berkshire Hathaway, with Tesla, where people refuse to talk about other things. And for those of you who don't know, TTG does offer a psychology course. I believe you're going to be hosting that one, Mike. But that has so much to do with it. I think as a human, we have the biggest issue admitting we're wrong, whether it's in the market, in your life, school, whatever it is. We all have problems admitting we're wrong. And I think that's what happens in the market is like, for me, why did I hold on FRC? Like when like it didn't go good, it's like, well, it's the same thing when you're gambling. You're like, well, maybe I have that shot. And like, yeah, it's worth it once in a while if you get lucky, but like, it's just not a sustainable trading practice. Like the amount of commenter like TRKA or Mullen or just these random ones. If it's an active trade, have fun. You're in and out in the day. But to think that these like really, truly shitty companies are somehow going to be a diamond in a rough scenario that come back, you might find one, but it is simply not worth it. There are other better things going on. It's all about capital efficiency.
Yeah. Very, very true. Liz says, how much money would you guys recommend to start with? Honestly, Liz, you only need a couple $100. I mean, it's a very big misconception that people think you need tens of thousands of dollars to get started. You don't. We have members of True Trading Group that started with $100, $200, and have turned it into 4 and 5 figure accounts. Don't take my word for it, Liz. And it's a question I get a lot. So I'm sure there's people that are on here that have the same question. Instead of me answering it, I'll let members answer it. Members of True Trading Group, you guys do me a favor. Well, do Liz a favor and everybody else that maybe has the same question. If you guys don't mind, when you started True Trading Group, if you had less than $1,000 in your trading account, can you guys tell me what did you start with? Tell me what you started with when you guys joined True Trading Group and now you're making money. If you want to share with where you are now, hey, I started with this much. This is where I am now. But just so Liz has an idea on what she needs to start with. People think you need 5, 10, 25 grand. You don't. Here, read some of these comments here, Liz. $1,000, $1,000, $300, $100, 200, 500, 400, 500, 700, 500, 500. Jan started with $500, now at 3K. Way to go, Jan. $1,000. Heather, are you serious? Heather Hill said I started with $400. I'm now over 60 grand.
Wow, that's impressive.
Heather, that's insane. And this is true. I'm being told, and this is confirmed. This is confirmed. I'm being told that this is confirmed. Wow, Heather, congratulations. That is absolutely
That's
incredible.
really impressive.
That's incredible. Gerardo 1,000, Jay 700, Tim 500. You guys get the point. I don't need to keep reading. Kathleen Mamaduke, $100, 1.5 years ago. She's now at 11K. That's also confirmed. So you guys, like this, I'm not going to keep reading all these comments, but you can go ahead and you can read some of those more. But Liz, my point being, you don't need thousands and tens of thousands to get started. You saw right there members of True Trading Group that have started with, far less than $1,000. And if you got it, you can put a couple $100 together. We'll teach you how to trade options. We'll teach you how to grow a small account. We actually have a moderator that focuses on helping members with small accounts grow those accounts to get those account balances higher, so you can start taking bigger position size and bigger risk, and therefore then start making more money on your trades. We have a whole focus of that for you guys in True Trading Group as well. So you don't need tens of thousands to get started. All right. So you guys go there. Let me see how many people are on the live stream right now. We got about 1,200 people that are with us live. If you guys do me a favor, I want to see who's on here that's not a member. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, you guys do me a favor and type the letters TTG. Just type TTG if you're not a member. This way I have a better idea of kind of who we're talking to here and kind of helps me with the content. Type TTG if you're not a member, please, so I can see who here is familiar with some True Trading Group stuff and who's not. We got Oscar, Sukya, Maria, Jack, West Coast, Monkey, Liz, Sanja, Uzman, Miss Rose, Diego, Adrian, Carly, Jay, Stort, Eric, Nuke, Joseph, Rodney, Bernard, James, Tom, Johnny, Alex, Paul, Ronnie, What, Mike, T, Sabrina, Lance, another Mike, Ethan, Steven, John, Steve, Alfreda, Christian, Paradox. Beautiful, guys. We got a lot of new faces here. Lonnie. Oh, nice. Clint goes, I'm not a member, but I always feel more ready after the stream. Well, hey, listen, man, if you feel ready after the stream, imagine how you'd feel after the pre-market game plan and watch list that we go over every single morning. So that's one thing, True Trading, we tell you everything that we're going to do before the market opens. So before the market opens, we tell you these are stocks we're looking at. We're going to buy the stocks at these prices, or we're going to short them at these prices. You guys already know the whole game plan before the day even begins. Now, I was going to do this a little bit later, but I do want to get this out of the way because we have a big stream in store for you guys. Matt, I know you said you needed to get something. I know you said you need to get something. So why don't you do that now while I'll quickly tell people how to join. And then we'll go over the game plan and we'll go over everything for the watch list and everything there. I decided, guys, that, I was going to do this later, but we have so much to talk about. I want to get out of the way now. We have decided that we're going to be cutting off the ability for people to sign up for the Teach the annual membership. Okay. And here's why. We have grown so much over the last couple of years to where we now have members in over 100 different countries. And the moderators and I, you're not just a number when you join True Trading Group. We do live workshops. We do individual mentorship. We focus, on keep maintaining a very high quality chat room during the day. You also have a mobile app. If you can't be in front of your computer, you get real-time push notifications on your phone whenever the moderators enter and exit trades. So you know exactly what we're doing at all times. But I want to make sure that the people that continue to join True Trading Group have the same values and goals in mind as we do and as the rest of our members do, because the mods and I put forth a lot of energy and we spend a lot of time working with our members. Here's what I don't want. I don't want people to join True Trading Group that are going to treat the stock market like a casino. Do not join True Trading Group if all you want to talk about are some phantom ghost short shares and what the next mother of all short squeeze is and some 10-cent stock that somebody on Reddit told you was going to go to $10. If that is what the type of trader that you are, that's what you're looking for, True Trading Group is not the place for you. I do not want you guys to join our community. There's plenty of other Discords out there that would love to take your money and waste your time. If you want to truly learn a skill that can help you create and supplement your income and then help you make better decisions for your long-term portfolio down the road and truly actually learn how to do this and take this seriously and treat the stock market like a business rather than a casino, then you are exactly the type of people that we want in the True Trading Group community. because I don't want to, we don't want to continue to, we just don't want the community to, as we grow, we don't want it to be kind of, watered down by people that don't have the same values and goals and are on the same mission as the rest of us. Okay. So we are slowing down and we're cutting off people that are joining the annual membership. Okay. So last week, Adam and I, if you guys don't know who Adam is my business partner and the co-founder of True Trading. We wanted to do, we talked about what we wanted to do with the future of the TGG annual membership, because like I said, we've grown a lot over a couple of years. We get a tremendous amount, of tools and resources here with your platform and your membership. So the truth is that selling these memberships for like $1,000 or $1,200 for the entire year with everything that you guys get, most people that are trading or investing have that to spend. But just because you have that to spend does not mean that you are a good fit for True Trading Group. Okay. So we work far too hard to just let anybody in that has just because you have the money to join. We are substantially cheaper than a lot of other groups, and we give you a lot more. And we do that on purpose because we want to make sure that people who really want to do this, not people that just want to come in, wait for some stock pick, and then they'll just disappear. We want people that are actually interested in bettering themselves, not people that are just trying to play the lottery. I don't care if you give me just a couple of hours a week. The important thing is that you're putting in the effort that you can better yourself and your family. That is what is important to us. And honestly, for us, it's been an issue. It's never been an issue of like, hey, I don't have the money to spend on your super expensive membership, because it's not that expensive. I wait for the laptop available to sign up. Don't sign up. Lynn, literally, you're exactly the type of person that we don't want inside True Trading Group. So you are literally the exact reason why we're limiting the amount of people that we're going to allow in the annual membership. I'm sorry, no hard feelings, but True Trading Group is not the place for you. Okay. Our membership is a lot more inexpensive compared to other companies, and you get a lot more out of it with us. But as we get bigger, as our name gets out there and our member success gets out there, we don't want you joining just simply because you can afford it. I want to maintain the quality of the community that we have created that has allowed members to be so successful. 78% of our members renew their membership or have become lifetime members of True Trading Group. We've only had to give a refund to 2.51% of our members. I want to keep those statistics where they are. So we've got open enrollment, and we're closing down the open enrollment. Okay. Once open enrollment is closed, the only way you'll be able to join an annual membership to True Trading Group is by joining our trial membership first. After your trial membership, you'll have to fill out an application to become an annual member. And then depending on your interaction with us as a trial member, we may or may not accept you into the full annual membership, but you have to do the trial first. And that's how we're going to do things moving forward. Now, we didn't want to just drop that bomb on people. I know some people have been excited to join. It's a big week coming up. You have the Fed meeting coming up. Obviously, everybody who kind of wants to know what's going on. What does it mean for, are we going to have a recession? Is this bank going to go under? Or what's going to happen with Apple? So I understand there's a lot happening right now. They want to just poof, take it away. I know some people have been kind of getting themselves ready to join up. So there's 20 spots total for the open enrollment that remain tonight. At midnight tonight, the price of open enrollment will be going up over $1,000. And every day thereafter, the price is going to go up until we close open enrollment on May 3rd. Okay, so May 3rd, open enrollment is closed. After May 3rd, so that's after the Fed meeting, the only way to join True Trading Group will be by going through our trial first. You'll then apply to become an annual member. We may or may not accept you. And at that point, the price of the membership is going to be anywhere between $1,800 and $2,000 for the year. While we're doing open enrollment, right now it is, okay, right now you guys have the chance to get this for a 58% discount. It brings the price down to just $927. We do not have any laptops, okay, for you guys here today. This is first come, first serve. All right. Open enrollment will close on May 3rd. There are 20 spots tonight for $927. Tomorrow it'll be over $1,000, and we'll walk that up until we get to May 3rd. And then after May 3rd, open enrollment's closed. And the only way you can then, the only option you'll have is to go through the trial membership. Okay. So that's how we're going to be doing this for the next couple of days. And that's how we're going to do the TGG annual membership going forward. Wow. Okay. We actually have to welcome Stan. Stan the man just joined. Stan is the newest member of the TG family. So all of my members, welcome Stan. So Stan and anybody else that joins tonight, you're going to save 58% on the membership. The membership is normally $2,212, but tonight with open enrollment, we brought it down to $927 until before we close it off on May 3rd. Tomorrow will be over $1,000. We'll raise it up again on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday is the last and final day. So there's 19 spots now left for open enrollment at the $927 price point. After 19 people join, the price point is going to be over $1,000. So you guys can save yourself about $100 by claiming it here now before midnight or before 19 people join. Like I said, I was going to do this later, but wanted to get this kind of out of the way now. Go to ttgoffer.com. Okay, ttgoffer.com. The price is going to say $22.12. Okay, it should automatically reflect and drop that price down to $927. If it doesn't, manually enter the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price then drops down to $927. This includes all of our courses and all of our tools. The $927 gets you, Joe, why don't you post a link actually in chat? People that are not members, you guys can see the syllabus. You'll see all the courses that you're going to have access to. We don't have VIP courses that cost another $1,000 after you join. We don't play games like that. We don't give you half the solution. We give you the entire solution when you join. So you get the entire curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through and I worked at the fund in New York. You guys are going to get access to that same level of education. It's 22 courses, beginner courses if you're brand new, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it. We've got courses on it. You have access to each and every single one. You also get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed. That is $1,000 on its own if you go to Benzinga directly. When you join True Trading Group, you get Benzinga Pro's news feed for the $927. You also get Quote Media's full book level 2.
Yo, real quick. We got to welcome Matt, but the reason that I'm coming on and interrupting you is because his username, 10 points.
Okay, are you going to tell us his username or?
It's Rumple Foreskin.
That is 10 points. That is 10 points. Matt, welcome.
Welcome, buddy.
Welcome, buddy. You're going to fit right in. I'll tell you that.
Fit right in.
You're going to fit right in. Welcome, Matt, newest member of the group. Everybody welcome Matt, which means we're down to 18 spots for open enrollment. So like I said, aside from the Benzinga newsfeed, Quote Media's full book level 2, the TradingView charting software, Trade Ideas scanner, streams on our platform every day so you are focused on the hottest stocks during the day. Many of you may pay for these things already. You might pay for Benzinga. You may pay for Trade Ideas. These things are on our platform when you guys join. You're also going to get a simulator from ETNA, let you trade stocks, options, crypto, and futures with fake money, but with real-time data. So you can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses. That'll cost you just under $1,000 if you go to ETNA directly. It's included on our platform when you guys pay the $927. Go to ttgoffer.com. You also get our own proprietary scanner, lets you create your own custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, congressional trading data, so you can track the trades being made by members of Congress. We do live workshops. You get the mobile app that lets you see the screen share, listen to the audio, and get real-time push notifications when the moderators' trades execute in and out. So this way, if you're not in front of your computer, you can still follow along with everything that we're doing during the day. All of this is included for $927 for the whole year. There are no upsells for any of the things that I just mentioned. They are all included for the $927. Okay? They're all included. Now, I'm going to shoot you guys real straight for a second because everybody wants to fire their boss. Everybody wants to quit their job. Everyone wants to make enough income from trading. They could be a full-time trader. Well, let me tell you something right now. If you are not in a position and if you can't afford, if that's really what you want and you can't afford the $927 to invest in yourself for the right education, the right tools, the right community, I'm being completely honest with you. You should not be trading at all. I don't mean that in any negative way. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. True Trading Group is not going anywhere. If $927 right now is make or break for you, get other areas of your life in order. Get your other financial situation in order first. Okay, before you guys go ahead and then join True Trading Group. Okay. It's more, I'm being brutally honest with you. You should get yourself and your situation correct first. All right. You shouldn't be on YouTube looking for stock market information if $927 is make or break. Okay. You should be doing something else. This is not for you right now. We will be here when you are ready. I promise you. Okay. All those things I just mentioned to you guys, like I said, that's all included. Now, we do have other things you can pay for at True Training Group. We have Trader Paloozas, like I just mentioned to you. That was yesterday, the 12 hours of training. We have 2-day boot camps with that focus on specialized niches, different aspects of trading. Okay. There's other mentorship programs and stuff. There's other things you could pay. We have in-person meetups. Like there's other things you can pay for. But the tools that I just mentioned to you, all of our courses, all that stuff is included for the $927. Does not cost you $1 more. There's no upsell for those things. Okay. So I want everyone that's listening right now, I want you to think for a second, how much have you lost in the past trading on your own or listening to some garbage Discord group? I guarantee you a lot more than $927. I want you to think about this because my next comment will make a lot more sense. I would rather you spend on a membership and have $200 to $500 left to start trading with than have more money and no education. I always tell people I'd rather have $500 and an education than $50,000 and no education. I don't care if you have $1 million in your trading account. That does not give you an edge. If you don't know what you are doing, you will lose it all just the same. And members of True Training Group will tell you that. So if you guys want to take part in the open enrollment, go to ttgoffer.com. The price is normally $22.12. Okay, it should reflect the $927 price point automatically. If it doesn't, just enter TTG121 coupon code, click apply code. The price will then drop down to $927. And I stand behind this platform, folks. I put my money where my mouth is. I know I talk a big game on here, but I back it up. Anyone that joins True Training Group, okay, if you join True Training Group and you go through the courses, you pass the quizzes, you attend one study group. If you are unable to make the $927 membership fee back, if you can't make it back at least one time during your membership, I'll give you double your money. I will give you back $1,854 if you cannot make the $927 membership fee back at least once during your membership. That's how much I stand behind the platform, and I believe in the platform that we have created. I believe in its ability to help you reach your goals. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. So many of you would put $927 into some stock pick that Mambo Jams Kitty Cat on Reddit told you was going to go to the moon. That means you're investing $927 into somebody else that you don't even know. Invest it in yourself. You'll get way more out of it. Now, if you're already a trial member, or maybe you used to be a trial member, or you used to be an annual member, and you guys want to come back and you guys want to grab this deal for $927 before we close off open enrollment on May 3rd, you have to send us a text message because we have to whitelist your email address. Since you already had an account with us prior. Send a text message to the number that's at the bottom of the screen, 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. I can offer you guys this double your money back guarantee all day long because I don't think you need it. We've only had to give a refund to roughly 2.51% of our members since 2016. 78% of our members renew their membership or have gone on to become lifetime members. And we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot. Over 2,000 reviews. That's why I can offer this to you. Nobody else is going to do that. Ask yourself why. Why does nobody else do that? I don't think you need it. I see the success that our members have. You just got to be willing to invest in yourself. TTGoffer.com. 18 spots left at the $927 price point. After tonight at midnight, price goes up to over 1,000. It'll go up again after Monday at midnight. And then after May 3rd, open enrollment is closed. You'll have to join the trial. You'll have to then apply after your trial. We may or may not accept you. And the price of the membership at that time is $1,800 to $2,000. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. We're an open book, fully transparent. Send a text message also to the number at the bottom of the screen. That's 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049, folks. TTGoffer.com. Stan and Matt, welcome to the TTG fam. All right, folks. All right, guys. So with that being said, now I'm going to take a quick little sip of water, and then I'm going to dive into some stocks that I'm looking at this week. I'll go over my watch list, the stocks that I'm looking at, and then we'll talk about what to expect with the Fed meeting. He's back.
Hey.
What's up, man?
I was just trying to figure out this FRC stuff still. It's crazy that it's this late. There's no update. Everyone's just awkwardly waiting around, and you could kind of even see it in the futures market, down ever so slightly, but waiting.
Yeah, and those futures right now are pretty muted. Like it's like nobody wants to make a move. We're down 0.02, 0.02. It's like, for all intents and purposes, we're flat right now, kind of waiting for this. And I think some people are starting to wonder what's going on. I think the fact that it's taking this long is being looked at as a good thing, not a bad thing. That's what, because I think the FDIC is going back and forth negotiating with either one, if not both, of these banks. If both bids were so out of line and so ridiculous, the FDIC would have just rejected them and then just taken over control of the bank. And that would be
receivership. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. So the fact that it's taking this long and we still haven't heard anything is, I think that you have Jamie Dimon and his top tiers and the FDIC, and I'm not sure who the CEO is of PNC, and their top tiers are probably sitting at the table or on the phone and going through this and trying to see if they can come to some type of resolution. Don't forget, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan have been trying to help First Republic throughout this entire situation. Yeah. Jamie Dimon was the one that got together with Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell, and he collected like $40 billion or $30 billion, whatever it was, from a bunch of the other big banks and deposited it into First Republic to try to plug that hole. Yeah. Jamie Dimon didn't have to do that. So I think there's something there with Jamie Dimon and First Republic, and I wouldn't be surprised if when all is said and done, we wake up tomorrow morning, or maybe it's in the late hours of this evening, and we hear that JP Morgan is involved in some type of deal for First Republic. I wouldn't be shocked at all. So,
completely agree. Just because you have up the overall market, and you were talking about before, there is that old adage, sell in May, go away, blah, blah, blah. I actually ran the stats for everyone on it, and that's not a good saying really at all. Like, just from a statistics standpoint, if you look at the S&P 500, and I just tested, just so the folks know, the past 25 years worth of data, it's pretty much 50-50. I mean, it was a green month 15 times. It was a red month 10 times. The profit factor is 1.1, as in every dollar invested, it would be net ahead. You would have gotten 10 cents back on top of your $1. And just the odds of it, roughly 60%. So I don't know why people necessarily came up with it, but the odds don't really agree at all. And for the NASDAQ, roughly a similar situation, not as good in terms of the profit return, but the odds are right there. Oil, bearish, gold, a little bullish, but like, it's not amazing. It's choppy. And if anyone interested for this upcoming week, Monday to Friday, it literally ping pongs back and forth. Tomorrow, to start the month off, is a statistically strong day, then bearish day, then a strong day, then a bearish day, and then we end on a bullish day. It's like literally ping-ponging back and forth the entire week. So no strong seasonality whatsoever this week, or really even the month. Like it's just nothing horribly bad, but also nothing like amazingly good either.
Yeah. Oh, we got to welcome Diago. Diago, welcome. Diago, welcome to the TGD family, bud. That means we're down to 17 spots. 17 spots now are remaining for that $927 price point with open enrollment, guys. Go to ttgoffer.com and make sure you guys get your spot before we close down open enrollment, and the price goes up at midnight.
Is there some sort of like rule tonight that everyone has to have a cool name or something? Like, I'm kind of confused. These names have all been awesome.
I know. These are some pretty good ones. Diago, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Real quick. Somebody had sent us a text message asking if we actually give the refunds, because whatever. Real quick, how many of you were in STR this afternoon when I went over some of the numbers for True Trading Group in there? Type the number 1 if you were in STR this afternoon. or early evening, and I was going over some of the numbers, showing you kind of like the inner workings of True Trading Group this afternoon, because we're super transparent. Did you guys, true or false, did I or did I not show you the exact dollar amount that True Trading Group has made as a business and True Trading Group has refunded to members since day one? True or false? Look at that. I guess it's real.
Open book, folks. Like I'm not. We're a full open book here.
2.4, and then my kid says true.
I just guessed
it is 2.43% is the refund rate since inception.
Wow, so it's even lower than I thought it was 2.51.
I like to make it like when I tell you to say it, I like to make it
a little higher than
higher. Yeah. So that way, because that's a very low number.
It's a very, very low number.
I expect that number to just naturally go up the bigger that we get. I don't think it can stay there forever. So yeah. Anyways, that was the point. All right.
Yeah. So yeah. I forgot, Matt. I forgot where. Oh, but you were about season out. Sell in May and go away. Yeah. I don't know where that saying came. I mean, it's an age-old saying. Not sure who started or where it came from, but it is definitely an age-old saying. I think it's mostly for all the hedge funders to just go on vacation during the summer. I think maybe where that came from. We got to welcome Brad, though. Brad is the newest member of the group. We're down to now 16 spots. Everybody welcome Brad. Brad, it is our pleasure to have you part of the group, my man. Looking forward to trading with you guys. It's been a huge week. That probably includes refunds.
It's true. I didn't separate that. That's true.
Wow, that is true. Guys, I told you, we're fully transparent here. So like right now, tonight, the price is, I'm giving you guys the price of $9.27. But if you overpaid by accident, if you guys were on the wrong page, the coupon code wasn't working, and you paid, $2,000 for a membership, we refund you back the difference. Like I said, we're an open book here in TTG. And that's why I said, if you have any questions, you can text us. Anything you want to know, you'll talk to Adam. Okay, so Adam, the guy you just saw, that is my business partner. He's the co-founder of True Trading Group. You're not just talking to some sales rep on the other side of the world or some, customer service rep. You guys are going to talk to the owner of the company, 786-505-4049. Ask whatever questions that you guys have. All right. So heading back over to the charts, what I'll do real quick, guys, let's go over my outlook for the week and for the Fed. Okay, I'll tell you my outlook for the week and for the Fed. And then we'll get into my watch list. I got about 5 stocks. I've got a game plan on 5 different stocks I want to talk to you guys about with some specific levels. We'll see if we get any First Republic updates. And again, we got to give away $500 here today. We're giving away $500 here to one lucky person. We've got one code word down, second code word still to come, and then we're going to be doing the giveaway. All right, guys. So I'm going to get over onto the overall markets.
Mike, give them the code word.
You're here, Adam. You can give me the code word.
All right. The second code word is booty.
But.
The second code word tonight is booty, and I got to put her to bed. So before we okay, we get it. Shh, we got to give Daddy's got to give away money.
Wait, is the code word actually booty?
It is actually booty.
Mike, is it actually?
Shh, stop. All right, here we go.
Wait, I'm getting the headache.
I'm going to put this up on the screen. We're going to give away $500. We have.
Is my name on there?
No, your name's not on there.
You're not my dad anymore.
All right, shush. We have 1,179 people here. Let's spin the wheel and find out who is going to win $500.
You say this every night?
No, just Sunday.
Folks, you better know the 2 code words if your name is called.
All right, and if your name is called, you have to send a text message to 786-505-4049 with the 2 code words and your name and email. Name, email, and code word to 786-505-4049. You got 4 minutes to do it. Here we go.
Add my name.
Adding your name.
Give it a bad headache. Is he even spinning?
Adam, you might want to share your screen before you spin it.
Oh, it's all right. It was a blank anyways. Hang on.
Blank.
Yep, it was a blank anyways.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Blanks.
You need to stop.
That's a lot of people.
Here, let me actually, because what it's doing is, yeah. All right, here we go.
That is a lot of people, folks. Good luck. Here we go. And the winner is
I hope it's me.
And me.
Marcy Bustron.
Marcy Bustron.
It has an M.
You have 4 minutes to send a text message to the phone number at the bottom of the screen, 786-505-4049, with the 2 code words. You have 4 minutes, Marcy. Now, if Marcy does not text us or Marcy does not know both code words, we will spin the wheel again. While we wait for Marcy to send the text message, we're going to go over to the SPY, and I'm going to walk you guys through some very important levels. Okay? I'm going to walk you guys through my belief here with the SPY. There are 2 levels that we need to really focus on. Okay? As we're still sitting here basically flat on the futures market. The first level that we need to focus on is going to be here in the mid to upper 14s, up around 420. And that's going to be the resistance level that you see from early February, and then the resistance that you see here from early April, and then the resistance from Friday's high. Right now, we're basically flat. We're exactly where we closed on Friday. That's resistance level number 1. Resistance level number 2 that I want you to focus on is going to be all the way up here around 430. Now, these are the 2 major levels that you need to be paying attention to. These are your 2 major levels. You see triple top resistance from exactly 1 year ago from today, triple top resistance, and then resistance there in August. These are your 2 massive levels of resistance. You have a minor level of resistance in between there, and that is right here around 421. 420 420 to 421. And that comes from the gap fill from mid-August of last year. That gap was closed at the end of August, and this was the Jackson Hole meeting.
Yo, it's Mitma.
What's that?
User Mitma.
Oh, that's who Marcy is?
Yeah, she won.
Oh,
she got it.
She got it?
Yep.
Awesome. So I know the username Mitma in chat in your training group. So that is Marcy. Marcy got it. Congratulations, Marcy. You just won $500. Congratulations.
That's
Fun
awesome.
stuff. Fun stuff. Congrats. Free $500 for, and I think you guys probably all know username Mitma in chat. You probably see that person commenting in chat quite frequently. So that is the minor resistance level. All right, the one in the middle is the minor one, and the 2 top and bottom are your major levels. What I kind of think we might see happen, and this is kind of my thoughts. My thoughts are that you're going to get a 25 basis point rate hike by the Fed on Wednesday, and they're going to straight up tell you, we're done. I think they're going to signal a pause. I think that's going to cause a gap up in the markets. We got to welcome Sabrina. Sabrina, welcome. Welcome, Sabrina, to the True Trading Group family. That means we got to welcome also Carlos. Carlos, welcome to the TTD family. We're down to 14 spots now, guys. 14 spots. We got to welcome Michael. Now we're down to 13.
These are going like hotcakes, folks.
13
What is
now.
going on here?
Everybody wants to get ready. Brandon, 12 spots now. 12 spots now remaining. Everybody, welcome Brandon. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. That'll get you the 927 price point for the whole year. Don't forget, if you can't make 927 back at least once after going through our courses, passing our quizzes, and attending a study group, we'll give you back double your money. We've only had to do that for less than 2.5% of our members. That's why I can offer it to you guys without blinking an eye. You have questions, or if you're a previous trial, or previous annual member, you got to text us at 786-505-4049. Don't hesitate. Send us a text if you have any questions or if you're having a hard time signing up as well. So what I think we may see happen here, guys, I think we're going to get a 25 hike from the Fed. They're going to signal that they're pausing. Okay, they're signaling that we're signaling that they're going to be done, and I think that might cause a gap up in the markets up into this region, and I think that gap up into that region then gets sold. So I think you have like an initial reaction to the upside, and then I think the market sells off. So I think it's 25 basis point hike. They're going to pause. Yay, the Fed's finally done. Markets move higher, and then we run into this absolute brick wall of a resistance level. A lot of selling pressure starts to come into the markets, and then the market reverses course in the days and weeks to come. That's what I think we are going to see this week from the Fed. So I'll tell you guys this right now. If I'm correct and the markets move into the 420s, I'm going to be buying most likely January expiration put options on the SPY. If the SPY gets up into 420, I'm going to most likely be buying like some 400 strike January expiration puts. I'm going to hold them, okay, for the rest of the year, as I think the markets will sell off away from the 420, 430 level. I think that 430 is way too big of a resistance level. If we push up into there, I'm going to grab those puts. I'm going to hold them for 6 to 8 months, and I'm going to look for the markets to move back to the downside as we get later into the year. And I think that's going to be too big of a resistance level, folks. And that's what I think. And those are my thoughts there regarding the Fed and regarding the overall market. So I think we get a 25 basis point hike, and then the Fed signals. They actually kind of say like, okay, we're going to now take a wait and see approach. We're going to pause, and we're going to now be data dependent. You might hear the word data dependent a lot in the Fed speech. That's kind of my thought process initially. Matt, what do you think? What do you think we're getting here from the Fed?
Yeah, 25 bips. I see some questions coming in of like, is it already priced in? Yeah, I mean, right now it's 90% chance, maybe even higher. I checked it early this morning. So I'm fully expecting a 0.25% increase that will be announced at 2 p.m. this Wednesday. So get ready, ET. And then Jerome Powell will be speaking at 2:30, just so everyone knows. His speech comes a half hour later. That's where it's going to get interesting. So we all know it's going to be 25 bips. It's more of his tonality, and that's what Mike's talking about right now of like, okay, it's going to be a lot of this like, oh, we're going to interpret the data as it comes in, but maybe it's going to be, does he insinuate there'll be another 25 bips, or is he insinuating that they're done? That's what everyone's listening for. I agree with Mike. That'll be this, especially because we're literally watching another bank explode right now. It'd be kind of crazy for them to also insinuate another 25 bips at this moment in time, but we'll see. So that's my base case. To be more specific of my target, just because I love gap fills the way Mike does, I'm watching 421.22. That is the exact gap fill from mid-August. Yep, 421.22. That's what I'm looking for. Honestly, it could come as early as tomorrow. Tomorrow is a seasonally bullish day. It's the start of the month. People are excited, but it is in this term going to be dependent on FRC because we're still awkwardly waiting for that news. In terms of this week, the other major thing is Apple. That's at the end of the week. The fact that every other major tech play has essentially beat, I don't see a world in which Apple doesn't beat. I would be very, very surprised if Apple does not beat this week. I want to throw that out there, and I would love to get your thoughts. And another one that I don't know how often you talk about Moderna. The only reason I'm bringing it up is they report this week as well. I believe Thursday. Let me check. Yeah, Thursday as well. And the reason I'm listening to Moderna is because the CEO has been trying to sell as much stock as she possibly can.
Really?
So I just think that's a little bit interesting. Now that from a U.S. government level, we're allegedly out of the Rona period, I see the CEO, it's a fire sale of stock going into earnings. So I don't think I'll play it, but my like tinfoil hat conspiracy is definitely on.
That stock's gotten crushed lately too. Ever since they came out with that news, it was actually good news too with Merck. And the stock's gotten just completely pulverized from 160 to 130 in a matter of just 2 weeks. So yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll definitely be interesting. That'll be something that we'll be watching. It is a name that we do like to trade in True Trading Group. When it does get moving, that thing has a ton of momentum. And I'm looking at 135. 135 was a big level for this stock. You take a look here, guys, you'll see previous pivot support right back there from early November. And then you'll see we double bottomed right here in March at 135 as well. And then you just broke underneath it. So now let's see if you stay underneath 135, because then your next support level is going, and it's a huge support level, is going to be 120. The 120, you guys can see these are the lows from, you go back to March, May, June, September, October, support. So if you're short, I would be looking to take those profits off in front of 120. That's a massive level. The only way that I would stay short is if earnings gap you under the 120. If earnings gaps you under the 120, then you got to watch out below. But if earnings is not enough to break the 120 support, you got to get long at 120.
Yeah. So I'm going to be listening to that just because I think it's odd. Like, it's a bad look when the CEO is selling so much, and not really earnings, but I know you guys were talking about top. I don't know how many in here can properly do, like, it's most likely very expensive locates, but that would be my top short for sure. Like,
Did you hear about my top trade on Friday?
No, please tell.
Dude, I bought it at 62.55. My final take profit was 236.70.
That stuff's so unreal. It's weird that we're getting more of these types of like random Chinese companies running out of nowhere. Super like micro low float ones. That's another like HKD example. Like crazy. I would bet anything that this thing comes crumbling back down. And that's way easier said than done, because in this game, to do it properly, you're paying quite a bit for a locate fee. And not everyone has brokers that even allow locates. So like, you have to be set up beforehand to take advantage of these types of opportunities. But understand, this is an opportunity retail can take advantage of. This isn't just for people like within the industry. You watching this right now, if you're on the right brokerage, would be able to short this.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get locates from Lightspeed tomorrow. I'll see if I can get them, because if we break under 50, I'm going to try to be short back up towards 50. 50 is a huge level. 50 is the lows from Friday. And it's also, it used to be the previous high. This is the whole reason why I ended up getting long the stock at 62.55 was because that $50 level was the previous all-time high back in June. And then when we gapped above it on Friday, we pulled right down into 50, and then we stuck it and we held. So right when we stuck it and held and started bouncing back off of 50, I got long, and I said, okay, I'm going to set my stop loss under by that 50. I got long at 62.55, and I just kept taking profit off every time the stock ran into a halt. I just sold shares until I just ran out of shares, and we got flat 236.70. And the reason we got flat at 236.70, I'll turn on. Let me turn on the after hours data for you. When this stock had its big, it's not going to show you. That's only pre-market. It's not going to show you. I'm sorry, guys. I can't show you the after hours data from Thursday when the stock squeezed after hours. But the high of the day after hours on Thursday, when it was squeezing after hours, the stock went from 19 to 250 Thursday after the market closed.
So disgusting.
And topped out at 250. So that's why when we got long and this thing kept going and going and going and going, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get flat in front of 250 because that was the previous top from the squeeze. And that's when it wasn't listen, I only had, that was like, I don't know, 10% of my position.
Yeah.
But because I was selling it the whole way up. It wasn't like I sold the whole thing there. But my final take profit was at 236.70 and at 62.55. Was just an unbelievable, ridiculous trade. It's the biggest trade for me so far this year. Obviously, I mean, the thing ran like, I think it's like 260.
Crazy. Yeah.
So it is biggest trade of the year for me so far. I say so far because the year is still quite young. And I actually think if I'm right with my analysis on the overall markets, with what we talked about with the Fed, and then the market's moving lower later in the year, that could be a trade where we can make, 500, 600% on, if I am right with that analysis. So it's a trade I'm willing to take. If I'm wrong, I'll be losing anywhere from 50 to 75% of the money that I put into those put options if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I could be making, 500, percent. So I'm willing to take that.
I like the risk and reward of that, especially these levels you're pointing out and just where we are. So this is, I'm much more of like in the cycles of market. And there's this one dude, I don't know, Edward something, back in the 30s. He wrote about how the market is in a 42-month cycle. And he wrote that in the 30s. And if you match it up with the market from like the 40s till now, the dude's spot on. It's just crazy how it's been working. And when you consider other things, and I know you and I have in the past have talked about like the actual pivot and the Fed cutting, I'm looking to buy time till the end of the year. So I know you were talking about January with the expiration. I think September, October, I hope we could come back down to this video. Someone clip this. I think September, October is going to be the prime buying time of essentially your favorite tech stocks, your favorite overall mega cap stocks. Like I'm looking at September, October. That's when I really want to get back in. Well, I know NVIDIA has been strong. I don't think that could last at all. Even though I love the company, I think it's just a little too overextended. But like NVIDIA, Microsoft, UNH, forever, I've been trying to get into Texas Roadhouse, which is my second favorite investment behind tulips. And I just don't have the opportunity. Everything's just been ripping. Don't laugh at Texas Roadhouse. How dare you? We are lucky to have the opportunity to invest in Texas Roadhouse. That stock has outperformed Google in the past decade. All right. This is look at Texas Trader. He knows what's up. Texas Trader. No, this isn't a joke. I love Texas Roadhouse. It's just too expensive to buy right now. I just want to get into it. I don't know why this is. It's not a bit. I actually like the stock.
You're just like, I can't wait to buy all these tech stocks like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Texas Roadhouse.
Folks, I will have the last laugh. You can all laugh at me now, but we'll see. We'll see who's be laughing at the end. I will be enjoying my Texas Roadhouse gains at Texas Roadhouse by the end of the year. So we'll see how it goes.
Texas Roadhouse on Matt. So guys, those are the thoughts there. Seems like Matt and I are in agreement there, kind of with the Fed. Like I said, there is a 90% probability of a 25 basis point rate hike. So I think the Fed will give it to you. If the market's expecting it, the market's already priced it in, give it to it. Get the 25 basis point hike in, and then signal that there's a pause. And then I think, because the market is also pricing in rate cuts. And I just think that's like what you said about how in the past, when the Fed cuts rates, it's not automatically this big buying signal. The market has gone to the downside. Not every time. When we cut them back in 2019, that was all green lights to go long a massive bull market in 2019. But it depends on what the reason is that the Fed is cutting rates. That tells you whether it's a buy signal or not. If the Fed is cutting rates at the end of this year, like the market prices in, there's two scenarios that could happen. Scenario number one, inflation is back at 2%. If you think inflation is going to be at 2% before the end of the year, then the Fed will be cutting rates. If you think inflation is 2% by the end of the year, I think you're crazy. I don't think that's possible at all. For the CPI number to be at 2.0, don't think so. Okay. The other reason why the Fed would cut rates is because the economy falls apart and we go into a recession. Now, if that's the reason that the Fed is cutting rates, that's not a good thing. That means the economy is in a recession. And typically the market will go lower as the economy continues into the recession because the rate cuts take a long time to filter through the economy and spark activity to pull you out of the economy, just like rate hikes took a lot of time to slow the economy. Rate hikes and rate cuts are not instant. It takes a long time for that to filter through, which is why if they cut rates because of a recession, the market probably moves to the downside for another month or 2 or 3 before finding its bottom and then eventually turning higher. So nonetheless, I think there's a far more greater chance that by the end of this year, the SPY is 360, 370 than it is 440, 450. So I'm going to be taking that trade up there, and we'll see if I'm right. If the Fed gives you 25 and we spike because everyone says, oh, that's it, they're pausing. And then what's going to happen if that happens, immediately following the Fed rate decision and the press conference, the very next week, you're going to get Fed member after Fed member after Fed member are going to be walked out like the pawns that they are to tell you, we're going to stay here, we're going to stay here, we're going to stay here, so that the market stops thinking that they're going to cut rates. And then that hawkish tone of we're going to stay here, we're going to stay here, we're going to stay here starts to make the markets move back to the downside. And then the economy slows. And then Q1 or Q2 earnings, I think, disappoint. And then the market sell-off can really start to go through into the fall following the summer. And I think, Matt, you're going to be right on the timing of that. And hopefully, if we are both right on the timing of that, then you'll be looking at a very handsome reward on those put options, and we can get into that trade. So I'm going to be looking for that here this week, folks. We'll game plan even more in detail Tuesday night before the Fed meeting on Wednesday. By then, we'll have some information about what happened with First Republic. We still haven't gotten any news on that front. In the meantime, let me go through a couple of stocks that I am watching with you guys. It is NVIDIA, AMD, Alphabet, Meta, and Amazon. I want to talk about Amazon first because I really am kind of licking my chops here to get this stock back down into the low 100s, possibly even lower. And this stock actually moved to the downside after their earnings because of a disappointing kind of guidance on cloud. And what I'm looking at, I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart. I'm going to show you guys something where you have a very obvious level of support here around 104.5. 104.5 was Friday's lows. 104.5 was also lows from the 26th, and it is also a gap entry. And it's also this previous pivot resistance here from the 25th. And you have this open unfilled gap down here that takes you to about 102.5. I am looking for Amazon to get underneath 104.50 and go and close this gap. This is going to be one of the top trade ideas that I have on watch for this week. Under 104.50, look to be short back against 105 as your stop. Ride that thing down to fill that gap down to 102.50. And if the markets do sell off a little bit further for whatever the reason, maybe like Matt said, maybe, Monday, typically first day of the month is a strong one. Second day is a weak one. Well, maybe if that sell-off does continue and you fill the gap and get further weakness, your next level of support is going to be down here around 101.50. And that takes you back to this structure support that you see back here from earlier in the month of April. So I'm looking for us to get down into this region on Amazon, and I think that's going to be one of my top ideas for the week. Again, wait for the break of 104.50, then get short against 105, fill the gap to 102.50, keep on a runner to try to get to 101.50. Next up on the list, guys, is going to be NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a brick wall resistance level at $280. And what I am going to be looking for here on this $280 level, it's not just the fact that you have a double top there from April 3rd and April 4th, not just the fact that you have a double top there from April 18th and April 20th, but if I take you back to the daily chart and we go back and we look to the left, are you kidding me with this level? Are you actually kidding me with this level? This is such a massive level of resistance for NVIDIA. What I'm actually going to look for is for this stock to get above 280, stop out all of the shorts, get a bunch of longs to chase the stock into the low 280s, 281, 282, and then run out of steam and then pull back, get back underneath 280, and then get back inside of this consolidation. This is a multi-week long channel that's being created here on NVIDIA. This is a multi-week channel. If we cannot hold that channel, you try to gap out of it. If you try to gap out of this channel and you can't, okay, and then look for it to pull itself back into that channel. I just think that this level is these like the low 280s, like the low to mid 280s, like 280 to 285. I just think that's such a huge level of resistance that I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get through. Okay, and then with the Fed meeting coming up, if NVIDIA can't get above like 285 or so after the Fed meeting, I think you got to be short against that level. I'll be short at 285, stops around 288. I'm going to look for the stock to drop all the way back down into this channel and get back into like the 260s. That'll be NVIDIA. And now, for those of you that look for quicker trades, if you gap above 280, you can probably for a day trade buy 280. So let's say you gap up to 281, 282, you pull back to 280. You can probably get long 280 and then push to like 284, 285. Take your profits off on the long and then look to get yourself into the short, especially if after the Fed meeting, the stock is still not above that level. When you have major catalysts like this, like earnings with Moderna, the Fed meeting, when you have major catalysts like that, and that's not enough to crack a level, the stock can only has one direction to go. If a catalyst like that's not enough to break the level, that's what we're going to look for there on NVIDIA. Similar is going to be AMD. AMD is a much weaker stock than NVIDIA, but the level that I'm focused on here on AMD is going to be in around $92, around 91.5 to 92. Now follow me on the screen, folks. You'll see support, 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 support. All right. It does not take a master chartist to see that you have this support level there. Then you broke underneath this 91.5 level. And then all of a sudden it became resistance. It became resistance. It became resistance. Again, this level is very easy to identify. So I'm looking to see if AMD pushes up towards that 91.50 and NVIDIA cannot crack through those 280s. I'm going to look for pullbacks off of that level. Again, after the Fed meeting, if AMD is still beneath 91.50, I'm looking for AMD to be short to take us back down into the low to mid 80s. That's another stock that's going to be on our list. And we're going to talk about Alphabet, Google. Okay, Google, massive resistance level at 109.50. Now you're seeing a pattern here, aren't you? Everything I'm looking at is at massive resistance levels. Well, if this catalyst with the Fed meeting is not enough to break Alphabet above 109.50 resistance there, triple top, 109.50 there, resistance, double top, 109.50 gap entry from September's big gap down. That's a huge level of resistance. If you still cannot get above that level after the Fed meeting, you betcha we're going to look to be short off of this level. It all comes down to what these stocks do following the Fed meeting. And the lonely long is going to be Meta. I am going to look at Meta for the potential long. And the reason why I'm looking at Meta for the potential long is we're going to draw a line, arts and crafts style. We're going to draw a line right across 235. Now, why do we care about 235? Well, we should care about 235 because it was resistance right there in February. And then it was resistance right there in April of last year. And that's a very clear double top. Well, what has been happening over the last 2 days as Meta has given you phenomenal earnings? Well, we gapped above 235. And now look at this beautiful little double, this little two candle formation, looking like we have a nice support level there. And we're going to look for Meta to get up above this level. And we're going to look for Meta to give us a nice little pop like this. And that's going to push you right to 248 highs. 248 is going to be the target for that move. Now, why do we want 248 as a target? Because, folks, that is the mother of all gap entries. When Meta had its first disaster of an earnings release last year, and you had that first massive shock gap down, the high of that day is 248. And that is why we're going to be looking at 248 to be the resistance level. That's the gap entry. I don't think we break through that, and we'll be long up into 248. And those are the 5 stocks that are on my watch list for the week. It's NVIDIA, it's AMD, it is Alphabet, it's Meta, and it is Amazon. And my friends, those are the levels that I'm looking to get long and or short, depending on what happens with the Fed meeting. So now you know exactly what the game plan is. I hope you all have your pen and paper out. I hope you're paying attention. You also have earnings from some of these companies. I think AMD is this week. Is NVIDIA this week also? I know AMD is this week. I'm not sure if NVIDIA is this week.
No, I don't think NVIDIA's is. AMD's is Tuesday with Pfizer and Uber. SoFi is tomorrow, which could be interesting just because people are still talking about the bank. Quick FRC update. It is confirmed, at least by Bloomberg, that they are continuing the talks right now late into the evening. Like, it's still actively going on.
I'm telling you, man, so, the FDIC is trying to work a joint deal between these two banks.
So they're doing that Apple shop.
So yeah, there you go, guys. So thank you, Matt. Mr. Matt Core is reporting to us live. It is confirmed by Bloomberg that the FDIC at 10 p.m. is still negotiating ongoing talks with, we don't know. It just says they're ongoing talks with either JP Morgan or PNC or both.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if we see a deal that involves both of these banks tomorrow. Keep your ears open, folks. All right. So that's the game plan. We'll update you, obviously, if we hear anything about First Republic. That's the watch list to start off the week. You have our game plan regarding the Fed. It's going to be a wild and crazy week. 11 triple-digit gain trades last week. We'll see if we can keep that streak going. If you haven't done so, make sure you guys go to ttgoffer.com, claim one of your spots before it is too late. Get yourself in chat and trade with us. It's going to be a wildly volatile and opportunity-filled environment. I can guarantee it. So, Matt, as always, my man, thank you so much for joining me here on this fine Sunday evening. I think the Panthers just beat the Bruins.
I was watching a little bit of Golden State before this. They really came back and did well.
Yes, they did. The Panthers have beaten the Bruins. Wow. This is insane. Now, if anybody's a hockey fan or not, I'm a New York Ranger fan. So the only reason why I care about this, because if the Rangers beat the Devils tomorrow night, they would have had to play the Bruins because the Bruins were the number 1 seed. The Bruins are actually the best hockey team in history. They had set the record for the best record of all time, and they did not make it out of the first round of the playoffs. So all of my Boston fans, I don't feel sorry for you because I'm a Boston fan, and by default, I hate everything around Boston sports. So I don't feel sorry for you. But let's go Rangers tomorrow night.
That's awesome. Well, it's a pleasure. Everyone crush it in the market. I'm excited. I wasn't looking at that Amazon play. I commonly track Meta and a lot of those other ones, but I wasn't looking at Amazon. I really like that quick downside play. I think it's, especially with the strength coming out of Microsoft's cloud business. Google's was all right, but I don't know. AWS is somehow losing a little bit of its luster. And I still know it's.
Yeah, I like it. On Friday, so what I actually did on Friday, what we did, the group, one of the trades that we made on Friday was because of the weakness in AWS. And it was very obvious that was what happened. That's the only reason why Amazon stock went down. Because after they reported the earnings, the stock went to 122, and it stayed there. It stayed there. Then the conference call came. They talked about AWS. They gave some concerns about some headwinds going forward, and the stock tanked. And I'm like, wow, we just went from 122 to now we're red. I'm like, that's got to be a warning sign for all the other cloud companies that have not yet reported earnings. So I went ahead and I shorted Datadog.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I shorted Datadog on Friday. So right off the open, you'll take a look at Datadog, okay? And I'll go to a 15-minute chart just to show it to you guys. Okay, this 15-minute chart, and I'll draw the line out for you. Oops, that's not the right drawing tool. Okay, now I drew across this line for you guys here. This 69 level was the low of the day on the 27th, the close of the 26th, and then you can also see this previous little pivot area here. And then here's another little. There's another little. Look at this. Look at this level at 69, right? So that level at 69, and we were gapping underneath it after Amazon just gave you the warning regarding their. I'll go to 3-minute now, so you guys. Let me turn off this after hours data, so clean the chart up a bit for you guys. So there's the 69 level, right? So there's the 69 level. So we gapped down, and right off the open, we pushed up to 69. We got short 68.70, and I just rode that trade down. I just, took profit. I just kept taking profits along the way, nice. And that was a really nice trade for us. Just a quick trade off of the cloud weakness. I don't know why I just did that, but the cloud weakness from Amazon, and we went after Datadog, and that was a nice trade for us. But I'm thinking that Amazon may have some more downside. So on my watch list for this week, guys. We got to welcome Rekka. Rekka, welcome. 11 spots left, guys. 11 spots left, and then price goes up, and then we're closing open enrollment on May 3rd. So hurry up and go to ttgoffer.com. Matt, thanks so much, bro, for joining me.
Been a pleasure.
I hope your sweatshirt is dry by now.
Thank you. Well, everyone crushed it this week. As always, pleasure, Mike, and we'll be talking soon. But peace out, everyone.
My pleasure, man. Have a great night, bro. Good luck this week. Talk later.
You too. Bye.
All right, folks. So there you have it. What I'm going to do now, I'm done with the educational stuff. I'm done with the analysis. So if you're not interested in the membership at all, you guys can sign off. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, turn on your notifications before you do go. You never want to miss out on these lives. Now, if you are interested in the membership, stick around. I'll show you what the membership gets you. I'll show you what the actual platform looks like so you can see what your 927 is going to get you. You're going to get the chat room, of course. right? The chat room is where the mods and I, we share our screen. We're talking on the mic. We're with you the whole day. We're not gone after an hour or two. You have our mobile app. Lets you see the screen share, listen to the audio commentary, get real-time push notifications when our moderators enter and exit trades. So even if you're not in front of your computer, you can follow along with what we're doing. You get 2 small private study group sessions with our mods to speed up your learning curve. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, give you breaking news as soon as it crosses the wire. That's $1,000 if you go to Benzinga on your own. It's included when you join True Trading Group for $927. You get TradingView's premium charting software. That's about $600 a year. If you go to TradingView, it's included with your membership when you join for $927. The Trade Ideas Scanner streams live on our platform. You can see what are the hottest stocks, where you should be focusing your attention. That's a few $100 a year if you go to Trade Ideas directly. You get the ETNA simulator, lets you trade stocks, options, crypto, and futures with fake money, but real-time data. That's about $900 a year. If you go to ETNA directly, it's included with your membership when you join True Trading Group. You get our own proprietary scanner that lets you create your own custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, congressional trading data, so you can track members of Congress, what trades they're making. All of this is included in the $927. You don't have to pay $1 extra for any of it. You're going to get a trading journal that tracks your trades, breaks it down to the numbers and statistics. You can see what you're doing wrong. A social sentiment scanner tells you what stocks have been talked about most on social media. Analyst ratings on any stock. So you know how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular name. A watch list every day that the moderators publish that tells you what stocks we are looking at and exactly the game plan, where we're buying, where we're selling, so you know the intentions and the plan before the market ever even opens. And then you get all of our courses. Now remember, the courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through and I worked at the fund in New York. You get access to every course. Beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures. It's all included when you guys join the TTG membership. There's no VIP courses that cost more money after you join. There's no upsells for courses. We don't play games like that. You also get a video library that has about 600 hours of workshops covering different topics. You can attend these workshops live once you become a full-time member. It's time you guys invested in something real. All that's included for the $927, guys. After tomorrow, it's going to be over $1,000. And then after May 3rd, open enrollment is closed, and you'll have to do the trial and then apply to True Trading Group. We may or may not accept you. Okay, that's how we're going to limit and slow down the speed of which our community is growing, now represented in over 100 different countries worldwide. Now, listen, guys, I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group. I wish I could guarantee it, but I can't. What I can guarantee is if you join us tonight, you'll pay $927. If you go through our courses, if you pass our quizzes, and you attend one study group and are still unable to make back the $927 membership fee at least one time during your membership, then I will give you back $1,854. That is double what you are paying to join the community. Now, I can do that because we've only had to give a refund to roughly 2.5% of our members since 2016. 78% of our members have renewed their membership or have upgraded to become lifetime members of True Trading Group. And we are 5-star rated with over 2,000 reviews. I can offer you the double your money back because I don't think you need it. If our refund rate was 15 or 20%, I wouldn't be able to do it. We'd go out of business. But since it's about 2.5, I can. Jonathan, welcome. 10 spots left. Everybody welcome Jonathan, newest member to the group. My pleasure, Jonathan, to have you part of our community. 10 spots left. Remember, if you're a trial member, if you used to be a trial member, or you used to be an annual member, you have to text 786-505-4049. The phone number is right down at the bottom of your screen. We have to whitelist your email address. Since you've already had an account with us, the coupon code's not going to work for you. You have to text that number and we'll get you situated. We'll get you set up. Also, if you have any questions at all, you have questions about me, questions about our mods, about our trading, questions about our courses, questions about the tools, questions about the money back guarantee, anything, text 786-505-4049. We're a full, transparent, open book. Whatever questions you have, we look forward to answering. Go to ttgoffer.com. Get your spot now. I'll see you guys in chat. It's going to be a wild and crazy week. get to bed when we're done with the stream. You got to rest up, have your breakfast in the morning, work out, go for a run, get a swim in, whatever it is that wakes you up in the morning. Get ready to get to work this week. Get ready to make some money. My TC fam, I'll see you guys in chat. For the rest of you, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss out on these streams. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.